they can be a contender next year, possibly. But this Villanova team they're there. They're there. You're going to have to contend with Villanova. You know you got to go through Villanova to get a championship.
Yeah, definitely. And I think with Villanova, they're going to be a strong team for a while. Now over to the women's side, shout out to Notre Dame winning that title. I've watched more women's college basketball this year. I don't think I've ever really watched the tournament, but I'd watched 2 or 3 games this year, and these girls can ball. This is not like there's always a rag on women's basketball that they can't dunk, so it's not as exciting. But these girls can ball. Like they could go up against the Ben Simmons of the world. They can go up against LeBrons of the world, the Steph Currys of the world. These women can ball, and Notre Dame winning on 2 last-second shots. How does that happen? I mean, that's not just by mistake. That team has a nice squad. UConn ends up losing. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Mississippi State with a 6'7" power forward center just beasting down low. Like she was just pushing girls over like they were nothing. I mean, like they were Oompa Loompas or something. She was just manhandling these girls. But that was some fun basketball to watch.
Yeah, women's basketball has gotten a lot better, a lot competitive, and to be honest, like you still have the UConn, who's the dominant team, but you're starting to see new coaches, new bases, and just programs just developing. I mean, you look at a team like Mississippi State, who's developed into a good program. Of course, Notre Dame has always had a pretty good program, but you're not seeing the same typical teams, which was usually you saw UConn, you saw Tennessee, and you saw Stanford. Those are the 3 girls teams that you saw like every year. Like you could just pencil them in, right? But now you're seeing all these other teams coming up. South Carolina, like I said, Mississippi State. It was another school that was at Notre Dame. It was another school that I can't think of right now that shocked me, but it just came out of nowhere.
Louisville,
yes, Louisville girls. I mean, and things like that. That's great for women's basketball because I mean, like I said, I personally, like I'm tired of seeing UConn winning like every year, right? Like I'm tired of seeing UConn go undefeated. They walk to the championship every year. I mean, you know UConn's going to be in the Final Four. You know it, and so you just want to see some parity. And I think you've seen parity the past 2 years, and I think that's driven women's basketball for people to start appreciating it more because you're seeing, the UConn go undefeated and then get to the Final Four and lose, right? Yeah. And it's great. It's great to see somebody challenge them to the point where they can actually lose a game. So,
true.
So I love it. This year, there was some parity, and it was great for women's basketball.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And Courtney Arden says, and don't forget about Tennessee, who dominated. They did. Tennessee dominated for a long time with Pat Summitt.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely cannot forget about that. So, Penny Hardaway, if you haven't heard the story already, is the new coach at Memphis. There was some speculation that Tubby Smith got pushed out. It wasn't fair what happened to Tubby. This is the thing. Penny was already funneling kids to Memphis anyway. He's an alumni there. Tubby's getting older. It was gonna happen. As soon as I seen the story that came out and said Penny is possibly gonna be the coach at Memphis, I already knew it was done. That wasn't a hint type of story. It was already done and over with. The thing was already signed, and bam, he was there. But the reason why I bring this up is Penny has recruited his son, who I believe is Jaden Hardaway, is the first commit to the Memphis Tigers. Shout out to him. Now, I don't know what ranking he is. I don't know if he's just getting on the team because his dad is the coach. But that's the benefit of your pops being the coach of a D1 school. You can get picked up easy. And to me, I think Penny's going to be a good coach. He coached AAU for a while. I think he's going to be able to tell a lot of kids, hey, come to Memphis. I'm Penny Hardaway, the Penny that you grew up watching, the Penny that played with Shaq. And I think he can win a lot of kids to Memphis because he's got the history. It's just a matter of getting the kids to come and play. But that's his first recruit. He's supposed to get another one, I believe, another top 5 or another 5-star recruit coming up sometime this year or this upcoming week. But what's your thoughts on Penny getting that job at Memphis and getting his son to come on board?
I mean, I think you touched on my feelings and my thoughts already. I mean, this is purely for recruitment, right? Like, I'm sorry, Tubby Smith is a very, very respected coach. Like, he's a really good coach. Tubby Smith has been around the block for some years in the college, at the college ranks. In Memphis, he started developing that program back. That program hadn't been, I mean, who's been talking about Memphis since Derrick Rose left, right? Like, I can't think of anybody that's been in Memphis since Derrick Rose left. And they got all the little sanctions then when Derrick Rose left, right? So, he's been developing that program, but this was simply just about getting recruits. I think that Penny Hardaway has some connections to a lot of AAU players, some 5-star caliber players that were willing to come to Memphis if he was the coach. And that's essentially what ended up happening. They pushed Tubby Smith out for that reason, hoping that they can get some 5-star recruits. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Just as you said, I don't know much about his son. When I looked up, I tried to look up his numbers, and his AAU numbers was like 6 points a game and like 2 rebounds.
Like
and I was like, dude, you don't get no full scholarship for no 6 points and 2 rebounds. Something ain't right here, right? But again, the benefits of having your father as the coach of the team allows you to get a full ride scholarship, right? Yeah. So it remains to be seen how well of a coach he will be. I mean, AAU ball isn't really about coaching. It's just AAU ball is just a stockpile of talent. You put like 10 or 12 talented kids on a team, and you just let them go out there and play. There's very little coaching in AAU ball, in my opinion. But the college level is a different beast in itself. So it'll be great to see how that works out. Memphis, I believe did they make the tourney this? I believe they missed the tourney, right?
Yeah, I think they missed it. I haven't heard anything about them.
I think they were like the last 4 out or something like that, I believe. But they like barely missed the tourney. So we'll see how much better he gets them this year. But with any college coach, you got to give it at least 3 years for them to get their players in, get their system in, and things like that. And then let's reevaluate Penny after 3 years and see what he's doing.
Right, I agree, and I think Penny is going to get some recruits just on the name alone. And Sluggo says Tubby is back at his alma mater, High Point. Should be a lot less stressful. I agree. I think, let's all be honest here. Tubby is older now. Like, no kids are gonna know who Tubby Smith is. Nobody. He's older, and they need a younger name, a younger face. And I think with Penny coming in, obviously it's going to make a huge difference. Shout out to Shelly B in the building. Appreciate you for coming through on the BS3 Sports Show. Everybody that's tuned in, if you want to join in on the show chat room so you can join in and let me know what your thoughts and your comments are, go to 2livestewsradio.com and click on the live show, which is the BS3 Sports Show. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on what we're talking about. Love to get your opinions. You might have to log in via your Facebook or Twitter or email. So love to get you guys' thoughts. And Sluggo, you said it right. Looks like Jaden Smith had one offer. The jury is definitely out on him.
Yeah,
Real
like,
talk. Real talk.
Who offered him a scholarship? Like, dude, you don't get offers for 6 points, man. Like, not no high level Division I school. You know, we'll see. You know,
it is what it is. There, I mean, like your dad's the coach. That's it. You're gonna get opportunities that other kids aren't gonna get. You're gonna get that one from your dad if you don't get it from anybody else. So I hope he balls out. I hope he balls out.
It reminds me of Lil Romeo and what you call it? Lil Romeo and DeMar DeRozan, right?
Right.
Like
USC, right?
Lil Romeo got that offer just because of DeMar DeRozan, right? It was like,
exactly.
Oh, they're a package deal type thing. It was just simply just as that. Like, yo, look, y'all give me the job. You know, my son is gonna come with me. Y'all, you know, so, all right, we'll take your son. He can sit here. He gonna sit on the pine. You know, the 15th man on the team. You know,
not the 15th man.
You know, the 15th man. He runs scout team for us. You know, every now and then. You know, and on senior night we'll let him start. You know.
Yeah, he took advantage of it too. He definitely took advantage of that, getting that opportunity.
Free education.
Right. On to the NFL. Guess who signed a deal this week? And it's not Kaepernick. RG3 signs a 1-year deal with the Ravens. I'm scratching my head on this one. I think they just I'm gonna go ahead and put it all out there. They just wanted to sign a black quarterback, and it wasn't the one we thought it was gonna be. It was RG3. Who knows? Is RG3 gonna get any playing time? I'm a fan of his. I'm not a fan of the Ravens at all by any stretch of the imagination because of the team and because of the ownership. But I want to give props that RG3 got this deal. It's a 1-year deal. There's a lot of 1-year deals going around here too. But is Cap going to get signed? But now we're back at that same topic that we've been talking about. Seems like for years, but it's really only been 1 year. But what's your thoughts on RG3 signing with the Ravens?
You know what? I actually think it's a good signing. You know, I think RG3 is a good quarterback, man. Like, he's a good quarterback. He doesn't, you know, the injuries has been his demise. It has been all injuries. I mean, he can stand in the pocket. He can throw the ball. He throws a beautiful ball. He can throw short, intermediate, deep. He can run when he needs to. You know, but injuries has just destroyed his career. So I appreciate the fact that the Ravens are kicking the tires on him and giving him an opportunity to play. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But as far as Kaepernick, you know, Kaepernick is done, man. You know, sorry to say, he should be in the NFL team. He should be in somebody's camp. Nobody is going to sign him. He's already filed a lawsuit against the NFL. He won't get an opportunity. Nobody's going to give him an opportunity. And it's sad, you know, but it's politics, man. You know, it's all politics. We stated from day one when he started the protest that once he left the Niners, he would not get a job. And we continue to see other quarterbacks that got signed, that continue to get signed, that are nowhere near as talented as him, but they are somehow on rosters. So it sucks. It sucks. It's painful to watch, but we kind of knew the outcome of this when it happened. And then, if you want to look even further, look at the other guy that was kneeling with him, Eric Reed, who's still inside as well, right? The safety from the Niners, who is, you know, considered a high-level safety in the NFL. He no longer has a job. So we know that, you know, when they want to send a message, they will send a message. They have basically killed the protest in the NFL, even though we still have unarmed black men being shot down by the police just as recently as in Sacramento, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So the voices won't ever be heard in the NFL, and that's because the people in power don't want to allow it. Yeah, and you know, I think this just goes to the deeper root of the NFL and what they exhibit. I mean,
Cap should definitely be in the league. He should definitely have a job right now, and unfortunately he doesn't. Now, what I was going to say is John Gruden